Welcome everyone, Christine here with Fellowship Demo. This game is trying to replicate the Mythic Plus dungeon experience from World of Warcraft. It is a demo, it's not even an early access. It is just a demo, and clearly there are certainly some things that they do need to improve on. Like UI scaling, for instance, is not available currently in this particular version of the game. Though I gotta say, it is a fairly functional UI, but there's no UI scaling, so I'm having to play this at 1080p, which is not especially great, really, in this day and age. You do have two tank choices, so a monk and a warrior, though really the warrior kind of feels like a paladin to an extent in World of Warcraft, minus the healing aspect, but in terms of like other things in the toolkit, to be sure. You have two DPS choices, so you have basically a two-handed warrior, and then also, or maybe an enhancement shaman, really, and a mage. Then you have a druid, and what looks like to be a priest. Anyway, so I am just going to go do a dungeon. Now, there are set characters, there's no real customization available at this point, and you do have 4 adventures. So I am just going to go find a game right here. So just going to do a bit of matchmaking right here. So any +1. So basically the Mythic Plus experience, so it's 4 players, now 5. So you get 2 DPS, 1 tank, 1 healer. Now, from my personal perspective, I've only done 1 dungeon, 1 adventure as it's called. It's pretty solid. Keep in mind, it's going to be a process of development, and obviously the game is nowhere near finished and all that, but if they do put in work to polish things up and improve on things, I think this can be a really phenomenal experience. I can't say I much give a damn about the art style. I feel any game that's going for this cartoony Dota 2, League of Legends, Fortnite art style is like not something I'm interested in. Personally, I understand why they're doing it, but I really couldn't care about it whatsoever. Now, some people are upset. Oh, it's like, oh, your tanks are female. It's like, okay, I played a female tank for years in World of Warcraft. For a number of reasons. Well, I was playing a Blood Elf Paladin, and it's like, I am not going to touch a freaking male Blood Elf. There is no male Blood Elf. Let's put it like that. Okay, so we do have... Okay, we got these guys. And yeah, we do have comp points. Now, if there is something I would really like to have over here, would be to, like, see nameplates, or at least the names. So, like, one of the things you can do in World of Warcraft is you can set it so that you can see the names of various party members. Like kind of a nameplate, but without, like kind of a nameplate, but without the without the actual HP bar. Because I'm not interested in the HP bar. I just want to know, like, okay, you know, I want class coding for that, for their names, so I know, okay, the paladin, you know, the paladin is here, the healer is here. Right, it's like, yeah, granted, that was not necessarily the best pull, but let's just use a shield wall type ability, just doing combos. Obviously, there's okay. Yep, just gonna have to collect stuff. I mean, you do have tab targeting, but honestly, tab targeting is just like, okay, lol. What the fuck tab targets in this day and age? Kind of annoying, like I would... Like, obviously it's missing certain features, like I can mark an area on the ground, but what I really want is mark an enemy. Don't think that's available, though admittedly my experience is limited. So we are just going to mount up right there. So what do we have? All right, let's ignore that. We don't need to deal with that necessarily. I mean, if it's a question of percentage based, I think we've like got the percent with all those pulls. And this certainly, like, people are saying, oh, it's clunky. I'm like, okay. Maybe for just the retail gang, but clearly you guys have not necessarily played Classic. It's like, I mean, it's certainly not necessarily the most fantastic experience. I'm not gonna deny that, but in any way. But like, just having a game where you can literally have a perfectly functional fucking UI, that in itself is pretty damn amazing to begin with, I gotta say. I'm not gonna lie, this is actually genuinely like fun. Like I do enjoy it. Okay, so can we mount up? Yeah, I guess we can mount up. Oh, we got a campsite. Okay, let's go. Yep. So we want to go north. Can we skip that? Welcome to the Mythic Plus experience, gentlemen. Though I think we should have probably killed that group if, you know, we were going to, if we're going to respawn, we probably should kill that. But it's like, yeah, that's the Mythic Plus experience. Patrol. So we're already 37%. You can also end up in a situation in Mythic Plus dungeons where you can skip so much that you actually don't, you can't really interrupt that. I don't have a stun. Getting used to the abilities. Reading a text is like, even though I'm playing at 10 ATP, he's doing a lot of AoE damage. Okay. Alright, we got patrol, so we're 47%. Let's just do it. I don't want to end up at the final boss with like... Where are we? Just trying to open the map. Okay, so we're here. We need to go in there. Oh, is this a proper adventure? Or a proper dungeon with multiple bosses? It could be. So I did one, which was very... very easy, or rather very fast. Like there was literally only one boss. Okay, I'm gonna put it like this. I got a lot of stuff on my plate. Let the DPS sort out the interrupts. Like, let me just say it like this. As a tank, you got so much shit on yourself, the last thing you want to deal with is like interrupting crap as well. I mean, the fact that you mainly do interrupt a lot of things as well as a tank does tell you something about the level, the kind of DPSers that you're dealing with in a lot of the time in WoW. Okay, so we got a campsite. Maybe we should take that. Yeah, we want to get that just in case, you know, we wipe and all that. So I guess that's gonna be one of the decisions. So we can, Leader's Conviction, your damage reduction. So I guess, so your damage reduction from toughness is shared with all allies. Okay, let me avoid that. Man, I haven't played Mythic fucking Plus in a while. I haven't played WoW in a while, actually. Though, to be fair, one of the big selling points to me is, like, I really don't give a damn about, like, WoW from the perspective of the open world. Like, the open world, the storytelling and all that kind of stuff is pretty shit. Like, right now... Like right now in World of Warcraft, the quality of the open world, the storytelling and all that, the leveling, the entire leveling experience, just don't really care for it in any way, shape, or form. Like the actual raiding and dungeon gameplay is pretty good. Like it can be, minus the fact that the WoW community right now is a miserable, horrible place. Like that's kind of the thing. Like when you create the game where you have so many different difficulties and so many different difficulties, so many different modes to play the game, you create a significant segregation in the player base. And that's, by the way, what Blizzard has done, I should add. Like, literally, they've created this kind of separation between all kinds of players that didn't exist before, but hey, it's like all kinds of difficulty, right? Whatever. And gee, surprisingly, there's problems with that. I don't know how this will shape up to be, assuming this game even does succeed to an extent. I think it's decent enough. I think it's gonna depend on like what kind of it will not work out. Okay. The problem is that mage actually does a lot of freaking threat. Well, that's another campsite. I guess we could have just gone for this one. Fair enough. No. I thought there would be a path there. No, there's literally just the boss here. Yeah, so that was a mistake on me. I didn't realize that that represented a campsite as opposed to... Okay. So let me just open this. Curious about the boss. Okay, let's go up. See what kind of boss we're dealing with. I have no idea. I also have no idea what... Aldwin Shadow Breach. Okay, what's gonna be the gimmick? Okay, so you just gotta avoid the thing in front of him. Avoid the stuff on the ground. Don't stand in that. And then move into that. Okay. Well, there's... That's what you get when you don't pay attention to your friend, my dude. He's too high level for me to hold threat. Threat is an issue. Alright, let's just use that. That's pretty fun. I mean, obviously, I'm gonna have to move. Okay. Nope. You know, by the way, with regards to the queuing aspect, it's like we did get one melee, one. All right, so how much are we? Okay, so we did. So the boss didn't actually give us anything, so we do need to go kill more. Yeah, I was afraid that was gonna happen. I mean, I was pretty confident that was gonna happen, for the record. Because it was clear that we were not doing necessarily as much. So I didn't know how much the boss was gonna offer us. So apparently nothing. Okay. Alright, let me try and group all of these guys together so they can actually interrupt that. Oh, yeah, well. Problem is they're obviously DPSing different things. Okay. So we didn't even have to do that entire group. Okay. Let's go get the loot. So yeah, nice, fast, feels pretty good, not gonna lie. Like, gameplay-wise, I don't care about the graphics or anything like that. Like, it's just the silly aspect, to be sure. Okay, so, there's your loot. Claim your rewards and get out of here. Alright. So yeah, just nice, fast dungeon. Felt pretty good. Alright. Let me just leave the group. Dented arm guards. Okay. Where's the cure sheet? And there it is. Whatever. And some people have already put in a lot of time in this. Some people, yeah. Okay. I'm obviously not gonna get rid of anything right now. In terms of, okay, so we got the hero sheet, we got a talent tree, but you also need to complete. So you got choices of talents. So, yeah. So here's how I would describe this game as far as I see it. It's basically World of Warcraft Mythic dungeons without all the other things that you have to do in World of Warcraft to do Mythic dungeons. So, for instance, leveling, doing reputations in the world. All the garbage fluff that, honestly, I personally couldn't give a damn about. Really. Now, they could also go even further, as opposed to just dungeons. They could also make raiding eventually, right? You know, bosses and all that. And I think they would succeed. Like, one of the things that I've personally wanted for a very, very, very long time in World of Warcraft is just the idea of, like, you could say it's a tournament realm, but basically just a realm where you would start with the character and you would just start doing dungeons and raids. Like, there is a huge amount of potential. Because I really don't give a shit about gold farming, profession farming, reputation farming, etc. That's my issue with respect to it. Also, I think the WoW community these days, the player base is like... Blizzard has created such a freaking mess with the incentive structure that they have in their game that is just flat terrible. I'm not saying it's necessarily going to be better here, though, funnily enough, it can be better. But yeah, I am not touching World of Warcraft again. Now with the gold buying pandemic, if you will, that we have had in World of Warcraft, not with all the garbage that comes in there. So in a way, the way you could see this is like, if you're tired of all that stuff in WoW, and but you still like the idea of the WoW gameplay, the moment-to-moment gameplay, and you want a game where you don't deal with all the garbage that defines WoW in this day and age, that's probably what this game is going to appeal to a lot of people. There's a reason why a lot of Mythic Plus players were like, if you guys succeed in this, we're quitting WoW. Like, seriously, a lot of people. Now, keep in mind that it is a huge mountain to climb. But for my part, and I've played WoW since vanilla. Like, basically, I played WoW... I wouldn't say 2005. I started in the second year of vanilla, so just roughly or so about a year before TBC came out. Then I played all of TBC, RAF, etc. Played Classic, played Retail, all that. I didn't play continuously, mind you, but I've played pretty much every single expansion in WoW to a degree or another. Except the latest one. Really. Like, that's like... I just give up. Anyway. Christine signing out. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and enable notifications. Stay tuned for more, and I think I'm going to cover more of this.